I stopped feeling the need to be perfect all the time. Like, give yourself some grace. Hello. Oh, I can't say hello. I gotta say hey girl. It's so funny because when I started my YouTube channel, or when I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I was like so stressed trying to figure out like how I was gonna greet my subscribers, because you know everybody has like a name for their subscribers and I couldn't think of anything. And then one day I was just like, girl, what do you say every day in real life? Whenever I'm greeting someone in real life, I say hey girl. Anybody who's ever met me or just knows me in real life knows that that's how I greet everyone. So hey girl, we're gonna be doing I need to curl my hair, so I figured I would just do it on camera and talk to y'all while I do it. I don't know what I'm about to talk about, but I mean, y'all know from the title, I'm sure, by this point. I just washed my leave out, and yeah, now I'm just gonna curl this real quick just so it can be done. Today is Thursday. For the past month, or since I've had this sewing, I've been curling my hair on Thursdays, and I'll only like wear my hair actually done Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because those are the days that I don't go to the gym. Well, I do go to the gym on Thursdays, but I go in the morning, so when I get home, I curl my hair so that it's curled for the weekend. And Monday through Thursday morning, I be looking a hot mess, and I don't even care, because if I curl my hair every day, straighten my leave out every day, I won't have no hair. But yeah, let's chat a little bit. One thing that's really been on my heart, it's like a part 2 for the confidence video. That's like my second most popular video on my channel, so I'm sure that's how a lot of y'all found me. The more I read the comments, the more I feel like I want to like elaborate a little bit more on that topic. I knew before I recorded that video that that was something that a lot of women struggled with, but it's really crazy like just seeing how many views that video has gotten, and all the comments that I've gotten. Like, it's crazy to really be having like full-on dialogue with women who really are struggling with confidence. Like, it actually kind of makes me sad, I guess, because like I know exactly how y'all feel, because I have been there, hence why I made that video. Like, it's really a mind thing though, y'all. Like, and I feel like I say this all the time on my channel, but it's true. Almost everything is a mind thing. You have to learn how to convince yourself of certain things. And I said this in my fall reset video during the little like chit chat portion, where I was talking about like how you have to believe that you can achieve certain things in order for you to achieve them. I was saying how a lot of people, when you tell them that they have to change their mindset in order to accomplish something, like a lot of people won't really believe that changing your mindset would actually make a difference. And it's like, people don't like to believe that changing from a negative mindset to a positive mindset can change your life. But you see exactly what's happening as a result of you constantly thinking negative thoughts. The negative thoughts aren't getting you anywhere. So why not shift to a positive mindset to see where that gets you? And the same thing goes for confidence. Like, if you have a lack of confidence, it's probably because you've been telling yourself the same thing for so long, or you've been allowing other people, or even if it's just one person, you've been allowing someone to tell you the same thing for so long. You've allowed someone to make you feel like you aren't beautiful or you aren't worthy, and that someone could be yourself. You've allowed someone to make you feel like you're in competition with every other woman around you. You've allowed someone to make you feel like your features aren't as good as someone else's features. So in order for you to get out of that rut, you have to change your mindset somehow. The thing is, you cannot rely on other people to change your mindset for you. Because like I said in the first confidence video, if your self-esteem and your self-worth comes from other people's compliments and accolades and what everybody else has to say, their opinions or whatever, that is not confidence. You cannot put your self-worth in someone else's hands. I saw a lot of people commenting saying that, I'm gonna do the front section first and then I'm gonna come back to this little area right here. But I saw a lot of people commenting saying that they have a hard time with not like needing other people's opinions. And I get it, because I've been there. You have to develop a strong sense of self. Oh, ouch. Like I was saying, you have to develop a strong sense of self. If you don't have a strong sense of self, you will literally allow people to make or break you. Now, how do you develop a strong sense of self? You have to explore. I just said that to one young lady earlier when I responded to her comment. She commented saying that, you know, she's 15 years old and I don't remember exactly what she said. I'll screenshot and put it up here because I forgot. I can't remember everything that she said. But in my response to her, I was basically saying, like, at 15, you're in the beginning stages of figuring out who you are and what you like. I know personally, when I was 15, I was basically a collective of everybody else's opinions and ideas and likes and dislikes. Like, I didn't know a lot of things for myself. And I was basically telling her, like, the only way to figure out who you are and what you like is to explore a bunch of different things. Like, and this is why I always say, like, to single women, use this time to explore, because it's easy to be influenced when you're in a relationship. Like, it's easy to be influenced when you're in a relationship because you're trying to please someone else. And I know that's probably not the case for everyone, but you know, that's the case for a lot of people. In relationships, before you make decisions, a lot of the time, you consult with the person you're in a relationship with. I know so many women who won't cut their hair, they won't dye their hair, they won't try a new like way of dressing or whatever because the person that they're with doesn't want them to. And if that works for your relationship, then that works for your relationship. But that's what I'm saying. While you're single, figure out what you like. And while you're young. When I was younger, not even when I was younger, but like before I really had confidence and before I really knew who I was and what I liked and what actually worked for me, I was doing a lot of things just because I saw other people doing it and I saw that it worked for them and I liked the way it looked on them and I liked the way it was working for them. So I just tried to make it work for myself and it didn't work. Like, after some years of trial and error and not feeling confident in what I saw everybody else doing and what was working for everybody else, I realized, like, okay, I need to do what works for me and not what works for everybody else. Example. If you're not new to my channel, then you know that I'm very simple when it comes to clothes. Like, I can wear like pieces, extravagant pieces, or like, you know, really out there pieces if I really want to. But for the most part, my style is very like simple, minimalistic, and I like small details that make a difference, if that makes sense. But for the most part, I like basic things because I like a really clean look. I've always known that I like that because I've always felt very comfortable and very like pretty, beautiful, put together, clean when I wore stuff like that. But I allowed other people's opinions to make me dress other ways growing up. I remember people saying stuff to me like, why don't you wear some color, or wear this would look nice on you. And okay, you know, to you it looks nice on me, and to me it might look nice on me too, but I don't feel very comfortable in this. Like, I don't feel my best when I'm wearing this. Or like, I would see people wear like, you know, streetwear stuff. Girls who are like sneakerheads and, you know, the girls who dress like that. I used to try to wear stuff like that just because I thought it was cute, and I still do think it's cute. But I never really felt 100% comfortable wearing stuff like that. I didn't feel like myself when I wore stuff like that. And like I said, that doesn't mean that it doesn't look good. That's just not what I like for me. I know that I don't like very done up hairstyles. People laugh at me when I say stuff like, y'all know my friend Sydney does my hair. She's been trying to get me to get a bob for so long. And I always tell her, like, I don't want to feel like I'm going to prom. Because to me, when I have hairstyles like that, like hairstyles that really need to be done every day in order for me to look good, I feel like I'm going to prom. I like bed hair. I like low maintenance hairstyles. I don't like a whole lot of color. Like, I'll wear the blonde, but that's about as far as I'm gonna go. Like, you're not gonna see me with green hair. I've tried the pink hair thing. I used to wear a whole bunch of colors. I had purple hair before, but I realized it's not me. It's not my style. But I see it on other people, and sometimes I'm like, dang, that's real cute. Why can't I do that? That's just not my style. Now, I can look at a piece of clothing or a pair of shoes and be like, oh, that's real cute. That would look so good on such and such, without feeling like I have to buy it and wear it myself. I know what works for me. And like I said, that takes trial and error. It takes you trying new things and exploring. I know what type of hairstyles I like. I know what type of clothing I like to wear. I know what type of colors look good on me. And that's why I don't even ask people anymore when I'm making certain decisions, because I know what works for me. I don't need somebody to tell me, oh, this will look real good on you. You should get this. Yeah, it's nice to know your opinion, but if I know for a fact that that won't work for me, I'm not going to do it just because you said that you liked it. That's true confidence. And then the person who you asking all the time, do you like this? Do you like that? They might like something, but that don't mean the next person's going to like it too. So really worrying about how someone feels about what you're doing, what you're wearing, how you look, it's really crazy, because you cannot control the minds of everybody in this world. You can't control the mind of anybody, honestly. And it's crazy to think that one person liking something means that the whole world is going to like it. I might have said this in the first confidence video, but there was one point where I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I was scared to, because I knew realistically I would not do my makeup every single day before I got on camera. And I didn't really want to be seen without makeup. At that point, I wasn't very confident about like how I looked without makeup. Now, I don't care, but it really took me telling myself, like, girl, whether you turn a camera on and record yourself and put it on YouTube or not, there are people who will see you without makeup. You don't put on makeup every day when you go to work. You don't put on makeup every day when you go to Target. You don't put on makeup when you go to church. So why do you feel like just because you're putting the camera out and posting something on YouTube, you gotta have makeup on? There are people, 90% of the time when people see me, I have no makeup on. And this was the case when I was having these insecurities about starting a YouTube channel. It was the same thing. It's not like I was wearing makeup more often then. No, still wasn't wearing makeup on a daily basis. So I don't know why I thought I had to wear makeup to be in front of the camera. Actually, I do know why, because I was worried about how people would perceive me on YouTube. I was making all these excuses for why I couldn't start my YouTube channel yet. But I had to get to a point where I was like, you know, like I said, you don't wear makeup on a daily basis. And who cares if people on YouTube feel like you look better with makeup or you're not that pretty without makeup? Like, who cares if people feel that way? It's not even that I was worried about people commenting saying, oh, you look better with makeup. You don't look the same with makeup. Like, I wasn't even worried about people actually saying it. I was just worried about people thinking it. But people could think that outside of YouTube. People could think that when they come get their lashes done by me, they could be thinking, oh, this girl looks nothing like how she looks on Instagram. I cannot control what people think about me. And you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to control what people think about you. Someone commented and said that a lot of women grow up feeling like they're in competition with everyone. And it starts with, you know, when you're young and a guy chooses another girl over you. Like if your crush chooses another girl over you when you're young or whatever. It starts there. That's probably true, honestly. Feeling like you have to compete with other women to get the attention of a man. I think we've all been there. Because I remember being in middle school and liking this boy, and he ended up talking to this girl who I thought was really pretty. But I know that that really had a big impact on my confidence, because then I started comparing myself to that girl, and I started picking out all these things about her that were better than things about me. So I completely understand that. But that's no excuse for us to, you know, just live like that for the rest of our lives. You have to change your mindset. You have to change how you think about yourself. And then another thing I would say is to not take yourself so seriously. I think that is one thing that has really helped me. I stopped feeling like I had to be perfect, because I started really being realistic and real with myself. I had to tell myself, you will never be perfect, because perfection does not exist. Perfection is not a thing. And it's not a thing because perfection is subjective. Everybody has a different opinion. What I think is perfect may not be perfect to somebody else. So there's literally no way for me to be perfect. I love me some Beyonce. And I can't really point out too many things that's wrong with that woman. But I know that there are other people in this world who look at Beyonce and be like, okay? Like, they're just not impressed. How you can not be impressed with Beyonce, I don't know. But, you know, whatever. It is impossible to be perfect. So I stopped taking myself so seriously. I literally kept telling myself, it's not that serious. Relax. Chill out. It's not that serious. Like, when it came to me not starting my YouTube channel because I didn't want to be seen without makeup, I had to tell myself, it's not that serious, girl. Like, chill. Record the video, post the video. Nobody is thinking that hard about you. And granted, some people probably are thinking that hard about me, but who cares? But yeah, I'm kind of glad that I did wait to start my channel. You know, when I got to the point where my confidence was at a pretty good place. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, back when my confidence was like really down in the dumps, if I started a channel at that time, every little thing would affect me. Oh, okay, so that's another example of me like not taking myself so seriously. Sometimes when I'm editing my videos, I be thinking like, girl, you do not look as cute as you thought you did before you started recording. Like, if you have recorded yourself, like if you have a YouTube channel, or even if you don't, and you just like make content for whatever other platform, you know that sometimes you look in the mirror and you be like, oh girl, you look good. And then you go back and play the footage back and be like, what is that? There were so many times where I wanted to like scrap videos just because I didn't look the way I thought I should look. But that was an example of a time where I had to tell myself, girl, chill. Like, you do not have to take yourself so serious. Just post the video. It's really not that deep. Because if we're being real, like, we take ourselves so seriously because we're trying to control the way other people perceive us and what other people think about us. When you really know yourself, you don't really care what other people have to say, because it's like, I always tell people this. People respond to things based off of where they are in life. Okay, so this kind of goes back to what I was saying about like me starting a YouTube channel before I really had confidence. Like, that's why now when people comment crazy stuff on my videos, like, I'll read it and I'll laugh and I'll just be like, okay, and just let it roll off my back. Like, now sometimes I do be a little irked, but like, it doesn't bother me for that long, and I don't really internalize things. Sometimes I'm just annoyed because like, why would you even choose to comment that? Like, you could have kept it to yourself. There's like very few things somebody can comment on a video that would actually like hurt my feelings, because I know myself so well, and I know that y'all don't really know me. It doesn't matter how much I show on YouTube, y'all still do not know me. And because I know myself and I know how people who actually know me feel about me, I don't really internalize too many things that other people have to say. And that's why it's important for you to be very self-aware and for you to know yourself better than other people know you. How I feel about myself has nothing to do with things that other people have said to me. How I feel about myself has nothing to do with how other people feel about me. Because I have spent time alone and I have spent time with myself, and I still do spend a lot of time by myself to make sure that I am comfortable with who I am, aside from outside noise. I stopped feeling the need to be perfect all the time. Like, give yourself some grace. Stop making yourself feel like you have to be whatever version of perfect in your head is. You don't have to be that. First of all, that thing doesn't exist. Like I said, perfection does not exist. So stop constantly making yourself feel like you have to be perfect. I know people say like, you know, when you look good, you feel good. But for me, that varies every day. Like, me looking good, I have a different definition of that every day, because it really depends on what I have time for, how I'm feeling, what I have to do that day. Sometimes I know I'll feel my best if I have a full glam on. Sometimes I know I'll feel my best if I just brush my hair that morning and have on a cute, nice, chill outfit without doing a whole lot. It's going to vary on a day-to-day basis when you really know yourself. There was a time where I felt like I had to have makeup on, my hair had to be completely on point, I had to have on a real cute outfit, had to wear heels going out, because I was listening to a bunch of outside noise. Like, there are so many things that we do just because we're trying to please other people and we're not even pleasing ourselves. Why are you so focused on pleasing everybody else, but you don't give yourself that same kind of attention? But I'm saying all this to say that you have to do things that make you feel good. And you have to figure out what those things are. If you don't know what those things are, then how can you be confident? It's a learning process. Like, you really got to be gentle with yourself. You really have to give yourself grace and really stop taking yourself so seriously. And the last thing that I want to add is, I know that there are people who have watched that confidence video and they were thinking to themselves like, nobody has ever affirmed me in that way. Because I'm gonna be honest, I think it's probably a little bit easier when you don't really feel it in your heart, but other people have said it to you, like, you know, you're beautiful, you're pretty, I like this about you, I like that about you. It is a little bit easier for you to try to build your confidence on top of that, because at least you have some kind of reassurance that, okay, someone feels it or someone sees it, even though I don't. I get that 100%. But let me tell you something. You cannot wait on other people. You cannot wait for somebody else to tell you something that you've never heard. If there's something that you want to hear that you have never heard before, you have to be the one to start it. And you have to carry yourself like you believe what you're telling yourself. Because I know y'all have probably heard this a million times, but it's so true. The way you carry yourself will make you look 10 times better. And it probably sounds so crazy and so cliche. I know it does to y'all, because it did to me at one point. Like when I was really trying to build my confidence and I kept watching videos and people were saying like, you have to carry yourself like you think you're the baddest girl in the room. I would always think to myself like, well, what is that really going to do? Like, does that really make a difference? Like, how are people going to see it? It really does radiate on the outside. For example, when we look at Rihanna, Rihanna does have very beautiful features. She has a very beautiful face. She has a nice body, all that. But the way that she carries herself creates like this like light around her. Like I feel like when she walks in a room, she lights up the room and heads just turn just because of how she carries herself. Like she has this confidence, and that's why I used her for the thumbnail of that video, because when I think confidence, I think of Rihanna. Like the way that she carries herself, she doesn't seem like she takes herself super duper seriously. She doesn't seem like she tries really hard. Like she just gives this effortless, confident aura. And that just goes to show that how you show up will really change how people view you. If you walking around with bad posture, looking down at the floor every time you walk in a room, like you scared to look up and you scared to look people in the eye, everybody's going to know that you're not confident. When I'm talking to people, I make sure I'm looking them directly in their eyes. I want you to feel like low-key intimidated by the fact that I'm staring you in your eyes while you're talking to me. Like constantly looking away when someone's talking to you, like you feel like you just aren't worthy enough to look someone in their eye. Like it's little stuff like that that really makes a difference. Stop trying to hide certain things about yourself. First of all, I love when girls have gaps. Like my cousin had a gap and she closed it, and I'm still mad at her to this day because I just thought that it was so her. But you know, to some people that might be a flaw for whatever reason. But you can always tell when somebody is like ashamed of their gap, or if they're not like confident in the fact that they have a gap, because they'll like hold their mouth a certain way when they're talking, or they won't show it in their pictures. They won't ever smile. Like, stop hiding things about yourself that make you who you are, and things that we gonna see anyway. Because my thing is, if you on Instagram and you taking pictures and you refuse to show your gap, but when we see you in person, we gonna see it. What is really the point? We're going to see it anyway at some point. So, like, own it. Start owning the things about yourself that you once did not like, or even still don't like. Because this is something that I forgot to say in that first video, but this is something that really made a difference for me when I was building my confidence. Control the controllables. If you're not going to change it, or if you can't change it, stop worrying about it. You're driving yourself crazy for no reason. There were things about myself that I didn't like, that I knew I was not going to change. So what did I do? I just stopped worrying about it. Like I said in that first video, I used to think my nose was so big, but I knew I was in freaking high school and probably college too when I was feeling like that. I was not getting no nose job. I didn't have the money, and I wasn't doing it. So I just stopped focusing on it. You're literally not going to change this. And I mean, if you are, you're not doing it no time soon. So why are you stressing yourself out about it? Why are you staring in the mirror every day telling yourself that your nose is big? Girl, stop it. There were things that I could control though. Like I was super skinny my whole life, and I was very insecure about it. And I got to a point one day where I was like, girl, are you going to go to the gym or not? You either going to eat more and start lifting these weights, or you just going to be skinny. Like, which one are you going to do? Are you going to control it or not? You can control this. So what are you going to do? If you're insecure about your weight, if you feel like you're fat or you're overweight, whatever, go to the gym or stop complaining about it. And I know that might sound really harsh, but that's the reality of it. Like, if you're not going to do anything about it, stop complaining about it. Either own it or change it. Okay, that's all I have to say. I'm sorry if this video was all over the place, but hopefully y'all received this the way I wanted you to. I hope y'all enjoyed talking about this again, and I really do appreciate y'all and love y'all so much. Do the inner work. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.